interesting. To give you an example of how unique Andrew's vision is, he cut his hair once as a male pattern baldness.
So
And so it made him look like a, basically cut off the top of his hair and just had sort of a, he looked like a middle-aged bald man, and he was like 23 or something. Personally, I probably come from kind of like a punky background, like growing up outside New York, listening to the Ramones and Blondie and some of the hardcore bands. But at the same time, I was always very into like melodic Beatles. The White Album was the first album I ever bought, so that was kind of, was always kind of in my consciousness. Like no matter how many Black Flag albums I listened to or whatever, there was always a part of me that was into melody and songs. And I think that like Shawn and I, it's a good combo because I probably tend to veer a little bit more towards harder stuff, and Shawn will probably go a little bit more melodic, kind of maybe a little bit more British kind of stuff. And I think the combination is really nice because I think for our songs we both kind of add things that the other one wouldn't think to do, which kind of makes it, greater than the sum of the parts.
I come from more of maybe a singer-songwriter direction, I guess. I don't know, like 80s pop, definitely. I was a huge Smiths fan growing up, so I wanted to emulate every bit of that as possible. And then U2, the very theatrical, melodic pop I was really into. And, I don't know, definitely the polar opposite of Jimmy here. But, we work great together because, I think we combined something that really was a little unique in the rock world.
We like, there are a lot of things that we like that are similar, and I think one of the things that's kind of common is that we both just like great songs, and whether it's Tear Your Head Off or just a, song with acoustic guitar and voice, I think we both kind of relate to that, just the emotion of it. I think sometimes when you strip it down, really isn't that different from a lot of, once all the surface stuff is kind of taken away, I think Shawn and I also both have pretty wide taste in music, which is cool, and I think we influence each other in cool ways. Like, he'll give me the best of the Smiths or something, and,
for example,
which I'm just returning to Shawn as we speak, and I'll give him like the first Cheap Trick album or something.
Yeah. For example, I just gave him the new My Bloody Valentine. Oh no, it's not new, but he had never heard it. Yes. Catherine Wheel, Sugar. So this is all stuff I grew up on. He, would in exchange give me like Led Zeppelin's box set, Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street, which I loved, but I never really thought much of until I heard that when I was a kid. It was just rock and roll that my dad would listen to. And now I'm like rediscovering a lot of the older stuff too. So.
Elvis Costello was saying the Attractions used to fight all the time because they hated each other's music and who would put what on the van stereo on their first couple tours and everything. I think it's cool when everyone is into different stuff because that's when things are unique. Like, we all know bands where everybody in the band has the exact same record collection. It's kind of predictable. It's kind of cool that, I'll bring in some totally just like kick-ass rock song and Shawn will throw like a Johnny Marr riff over it or something. It's great. It's really cool because that's when you kind of start to do something new, I think.
I know, Andrew, look at his record collection. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like classic 60s garage rock of bands you've never heard of ever.
Yeah,
along with some of the greatest punk, old school punk collections.
Some of the worst punk music
Some of the worst.
Yeah, there is. It's funny. So every once in a while I'll pull out like an old hardcore record, and it's some of the worst recorded music I've ever heard in my life. It's so abrasive. I was like, can't believe that I love this
I
and listen to it every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's you kind of have to make that. You know, I mean, especially in this day and age, if you're gonna really want to do it on any kind of level where it's real and people are gonna hear your music and make. I mean, I guess at this point our goal is to be. You know, we be musicians. Like we are musicians. That's who we are. But the reality of having day jobs and stuff interferes with what you want to be doing with your life, and the idea is to be making a living and at what you want to do and make it have some kind of effect on people. It's a lot of work, you know. It's like you have to, at this point, we have to be the manager, the booking agent, the tour manager, you know, the roadie, the
guitar tech,
the promoter, the guitar
yeah.
tech, the drum tech. You know what I mean? It's like there's
the staple jockey, everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, like one day I went to rehearse, you know, big day, and I had like a staple gun, a metronome, a book with lyrics, you know, phone numbers of promoters. You know, I was just thinking about all the different hats you have to wear. I've been kind of in a real Clash phase lately, which I own all the records. It's not, you know, it's just like rediscovering, and just like the idea of with that band, like two really distinct singers and songwriters with their own personalities that come from different things, but they also like, you know, or if I can be so pompous, it kind of reminds me of us and just the dynamics of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can someday achieve the greatness that they did.